Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the CrossBlades podcast, where we talk about faith, pop culture, and everything else in between. Today, we have a very special guest with us. We would like to introduce ChristXComix.
Let's go. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
Yeah, we're doing awesome.
Pretty good. How are you
And
doing today,
Good,
sir?
good, good.
yeah,
I'm blessed. I'm blessed, man. It's amazing. It's been an amazing day.
yeah, awesome. So, our topic tonight is comics and how they have influenced the world. Uh,
Amen. Amen.
yeah. So, firstly, I would like to start off by saying I grew up with comics. I started with comics when it came to the paper. Actually, my local paper where I used to live in Georgia, by the way, and because I'm from the U.S. And in our local paper, we would get single issues of the original '90s run of the Amazing Spider-Man comics, and that's how I was introduced to comics. Aside from like the funnies
Nice.
in the paper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So with that, I grew up on Spider-Man and Marvel, and he influenced me in many many ways. And it's honestly like it's history, but it's something that I hold near and dear to my heart. So, how
So
has
what's Mike's?
yeah?
Yeah.
What's your experience with comics?
Man, honestly, I have less experience than I lead on. And I say that from the standpoint of growing up in a Christian home.
Mm-hmm.
Those options weren't always available because you're running from one church event to the next. Your
Mm-hmm.
parents saying we can't afford to get that, we don't want you reading that, and so
Mm-hmm.
I had to sneak and get mine. So I started with the Marvel animated series and things like that, and I was like, oh, I love Spider-Man. This dude is amazing. Then I played the Spider-Man video game. I was like, I want the comics now. Parents would never take me to a comic book shop. Never got to go to Barnes and Noble when I was young,
Oh.
and so my first actual encounter with the comics was going to my local library and getting every single comic the library ever had and just reading it. I'm talking like the first like 20 issues of Fantastic Four, Avengers, Spider-Man, and all of those books, and just like diving deep into it. And so that's where my love came in at.
Mm-hmm.
And sadly, I got more committed to manga than I did to comic books. But to kind of keep, an awareness, I paid attention to Comics Explained on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and he would do some detailed breakdown. I felt like I was reading the comic book, so I kind of stayed tuned that way going forward.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have comic book TikTok, and that's just kept me aware of a lot of the different things that are going on in the comic book world.
That's awesome. Um, and in
Yeah,
that
that's kind of
regard,
similar to how I keep uh keep in check with some of the stuff as Comics Explained. I love his narrations. But I didn't he pass away though a couple of years ago,
No, that was
or was that
Comic
someone?
Historian.
That's Comic Historian. Okay, yeah, I've watched both the two of them. The way they narrate the comics were really cool. Like that's how I actually, I guess you could say, read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. The way he narrated that was really cool. But yeah.
Right.
in that
I think
regard,
one.
hmm?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna
No,
say,
go ahead. Go ahead.
as a preacher's kid myself, since you grew up the same way, my mom actually was a librarian for a small period of time when she was
Okay.
working, and she actually would shelve manga herself. But the problem was is that they were the adult manga, so it gave it a bad taste in her mouth. And I'm like, darn. It really shaped literally like manga and anime for the longest time were banned in our household. Like there was no Pokemon, no
Oh my gosh, yeah.
it wasn't because it was demonic. It was because of the way the women dress and the language and stuff like that. But
Right.
um, my first ever legitimate manga I got into, and this is still on topic because manga's a form of comics. The worst
Mm-hmm.
legitimate manga and anime I got into was actually Death Note.
That's a masterpiece.
Oh yeah,
Don't get me started because that's a masterpiece right there.
oh yeah,
I could talk
Start
about Death
scribbling
Note.
names down.
yeah,
Woo!
yeah.
Death Note is an amazing one.
Oh yeah,
Death Note actually changed the when you're talking Japanese comics.
yeah.
Death Note changed the game for Japanese comics because, especially in Shonen Jump, because Shonen Jump, they're like, you got to hit the mark with the comedy, you got to hit the mark with the battle, you got to hit the mark with just a little romance and maybe a little fan service.
Mm-hmm.
But they said, you know what, we're not actually going to go that route. We're going to do no battles, maybe one or two fights. We're going to do a lot of talking where you want less talking, and we're not going to overly abuse the women in our stories.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to also end it. That's one another big thing. Shonen Jump does not want you to end a series early.
Mm-hmm.
Demon Slayer got lucky ending early, but they said no, we're going to be done in 10 books. That's not done in Shonen Jump. You keep writing, you keep making that new chapter, you hit 1,000 chapters, etc.
Yeah.
And so Death Note was that's a good series, very good.
However, from what I've known and what I've read, is that the anime and the manga have two significantly different endings, which I think both of them have their own weight and impact. However, I feel like the manga ending just shows how much of a wuss light actually is.
Yes, exactly. That part's interesting, and I haven't researched this to know that was the case with that series. I just know that's that time period where that was the case. Because the same creators of Death Note made a series called Bakuman.
Yep, I know that.
And they tell you, have you read it?
Yes, I have. I have like the first 11 volumes. I haven't finished it, but I plan to eventually. I had the first 11 volumes.
Worth it, brother. I keep that one in my room because that's one of my favorites. My favorites I keep in my room.
Yeah.
It's in there. Oh my goodness. But the animation studios do not have to ask your permission to do what I want with your series. If you say I can animate your story, I can do whatever fillers I want, I can do whatever ending I want, I can adjust this and adjust that, unless you're that popular. And so they had the right to, like Oda, for example, they had the rights to play with the ending. So that's why that probably came about. I don't know for sure, but I think so.
I have a feeling it's going to have the same thing with the ending for Bleach. I have a feeling. The 1,000-Year Blood War?
So do you know what happened with that?
I do, because literally, because it's, you saw in the beginning. Not
he's like a Bleach fanboy. Like,
I love Bleach.
Okay.
I love
like
Bleach.
I really can't get into it, which is fine. But he has like tried so hard to get me into it, and I'm just like, okay, you know.
Explain yourself, sir.
Me? Or him?
No, him. Why he don't like Bleach?
Okay, to make a long story short, one, I'm not a huge anime fan. I like some.
Okay.
Like my very first anime was the first season of Vinland Saga, which was a masterpiece, although I have not yet seen season 2. I've heard it was a disappointment. I'm not sure. But the second thing I watched, which I actually own, is Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh,
Like that
nice.
was that he has not watched it yet.
I know.
He has not watched it yet.
I know. I'm a heathen.
I'm not.
Burn me at the stake. I know.
I will say this: I've never been mad at a person genuinely for their perspective. It's more so that's just the reaction to it. It's like, what? That's so good. When you know something's good and you see someone that hasn't encountered the greatness of it, it's shocking, but it's also fine.
Yeah.
Because it seems like if you like Death Note, then you would like Cowboy Bebop, because it seems as though what I'm picking up from you is that you like a narrative that goes deeper than the surface entertainment and the surface morality and impact. You want to go to the depths of it, and yeah, Cowboy Bebop will do that for you.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for
totally.
sure. And the way it blends so many genres is just so wild. And I know many people, the fans are divided on the movie. I really love the movie, and especially that final fight between Spike and what was his name?
Spoilers.
Vincent.
I'm just Vincent. That animation was so crisp.
Let's just hope you have an old man's brain and you forget everything we just said.
It's fine.
It's
fine.
It's not a spoiler. Spike is the good guy. Vincent's the bad guy of that movie. They fight at the end. That's okay. Never mind. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try. I don't know. But then again, he kind of threw me in the middle of the 1,000-year blood war. And I'm just kind of like, I'm like, what is going on here? I have no idea.
I wanted to do that because the animation, in my opinion, is way better than the original anime. But he's probably not gonna give it a second chance.
I don't know. I don't know, but I'm weird. But anyways,
yes, Mr. Comics.
But anyways,
No. I heard. I just heard some blasphemous things.
Hey,
The
I don't
new
care.
animation is better than the old animation?
Okay.
What?
In terms of CGI, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. I need me a soundboard. I know what I need to invest in is a soundboard. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
And I'm not upset. It's just joking,
I know you're
But
good.
Yeah.
But I've literally seen all of Bleach, all the OVAs, all of the anime, all of the live action film, all the movies. I am a Bleach nut, and I have the entire manga, literally right down there.
but do you know why the manga Thousand Year Blood War arc ended the way that it did?
I do.
Good. Okay.
I
Yeah,
do.
you do like Bleach.
Yeah, I do know
You
why
do
it
like
ended the
Bleach.
way it did, but I have a feeling that they're gonna twist some things around in the manga in the anime. I think. I think you're gonna
That's
stick
what
to
I'm
the same
hoping for.
premise, but give more
Hmm.
context. Because they have
Right,
more to
right.
work with and more time.
Oh man, I'm telling, bro. Like, okay, I'm One Piece all day.
Oh,
One
One
Piece will
Piece is
always be
great.
my favorite of the big three, but I have like a shared love across the board.
Mhm.
But
Throw
if I
some
had to
Luffy hat.
compare Naruto or Bleach,
Mhm.
bro, I'm picking Bleach over Naruto every day of the week.
Yeah, give us your put on your hat. There you go. There you go, my friend. There you go.
I just can't. I can't. This ain't going.
It's okay. I just wanted them to see it on camera. That's all.
I'd do it. I'd do it if that would work. But
It's all good. It's
no,
all
man.
good.
I love my straw hat. I love my
I've
straw hat.
contemplated getting into One Piece, but as I've told other people, I'm not sure I'm willing to, uh, what is it, put that much dedication into a 1,000 episode episodic
I got you, my
series.
friend. Just
I'm not
start with
sure
a
I'm
lot.
willing to commit 1,000 episodes.
I have a solution. Just watch the live action
Hmm.
Netflix version. It condenses the first 4 arcs into 8 episodes that are about an hour long. You can handle that.
Hey, I've been wanting to, but you've yet to show it to me. I'm
I'm
just waiting on you.
okay. Now we're playing the playing game. I see how this is.
That's what he's doing. Okay, I'm gonna make an assumption that's like the meanest assumption I could possibly make.
Sure, go
Oh
ahead.
boy.
If you think One Piece is too long, then you don't read your Bible.
Hey, I read my Bible. I'm actually reading the Apocrypha right now.
I'm just messing with you, man. Oh man, not the Apocrypha. Okay.
I I'll just say this one thing. It's got some good stuff in it. I'm just saying. Like I'm reading Book of Maccabees right now. That's
Mhm.
an awesome story. Yeah.
I suspect I will read the Apocrypha and the Book of Enoch one day.
Mhm.
I've the people I'm around,
Mhm.
the type that I would say are not actually committed to Christ. They put Apocrypha and Book of Enoch above the Bible. And that's
Yeah,
where I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I'm not going to even entertain the thoughts of that. But then I'll go and watch, what's it? Not Hell of a Boss, but the other one.
Has been
Um,
Hotel.
Has Been Hotel. I watched Has Been Hotel, and I'm like, okay, that has fruit and potential for gospel sharing. So I actually found that to be a blessing.
I
From
see.
being honest with you.
Okay.
Hmm.
interesting.
Well,
Enoch
people.
is a bit overrated. I'm just saying. If you want to start anywhere, Jasher. Jasher was actually mentioned twice in the Bible. Seriously, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, but we're getting off topic.
It's fine. It's fine. We got time.
Real quick, considering I'm a co-host, I just want to go ahead and just toss this in there. What got me started in comics was so I think what was the first comic I owned? I think the very first comic I owned was I'm a JoJo fan. I like.
Okay.
I actually have the IDW Classic Collection, all 15 volumes. I have the IDW run from 2008 to 2011 because after 2011 it went to crap, and I also
Okay.
have the Devil's Due run.
And what
So,
series is that?
GI Joe,
G.I. Joe.
yeah,
Really?
GI Joe, Real American Hero, yeah.
I like
So,
this.
it was the Spy Troops, that 2003 animated movie that really got us into it. Well, mom, because we really loved it, mom and dad started buying us the little action figures. Well, with some of the action figures came a couple of the comics.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
actually remember
uh,
that.
and so that was around the same time of, we watched Batman Forever and Batman and Robin as kids. And yes, I know people say Batman and Robin is one of the worst superhero movies, but that was the first Batman movie I ever saw. So as a kid, I thought it was like the greatest thing. Of course, now as an adult looking back at it, I'm like, oh wow, this is so bad. But so yeah, mom and dad got me like this 1970s vintage collection of some of the old comics of Batman, including the very first one.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting to see him go from a noir detective to goofy. 1950s era Batman was so goofy, and then back in the 60s and 70s is when he started to get darker again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so yeah, I remember. Oh, I still got it. I forgot to go grab it. But anyways, there was a with one of the action figures of GI Joe came a another animated movie, but a tie-in comic. That was like the first comic that I like really like read and like
Right.
loved it. And with one of the Top Tracker Quinn action figure came the second issue of GI Joe, and that I loved that one because that one was a very different GI Joe story. Cobra was not even involved with that one. That
Mm-hmm.
was more of a spy, kind of like a spy thriller one. But anyway, so as I got older, of course, we've seen this the super, we've seen superhero movies, stuff like that. We really got into that. But then I remember as a teenager wanted to get really back into GI Joe, and so my brother bought me volume one of the classics collection. Fell in love with it. Spent a few years buying the rest of them, like this one right here, Master and Apprentice. That I have to say is probably my favorite arc. Like this
Wow.
was the Devil's Due, because after Marvel Comics ended in the 2000s, Devil's Due picked it up, which they were a sub company of Image Comics, but then they branched off. But yeah, that arc was so great, and very recently I've been dabbling into other stuff like Black Powder Red Earth is a recent one. That one is this one's like a PMC military shooter.
Okay.
Like it's wild. But yeah, like, and also I remember I think it was 12 I got the Batman files, which I loved so much. It was like a kind of like Batman's journal,
Mm-hmm.
and it was showed you pieces from the comics, and that gave you kind of like a the writer of that, Matthew K. Manning, he essentially took the story of Batman and tried to make it cohesive, and he branched from the different canons and put it into one narrative. And that book is actually what led me to become a writer, was because I'm an artist too. I wanted to kind of make my art better. So I started kind of drawing some of the stuff that was in there. And as a 12-year-old, I'm like, oh, I want to make a comic book. Well, I came up with an idea. And my dad was like, well, why don't you turn that into a book? And it started me on the rabbit hole to where now I'm writing books, but with the comic nerd still within me, I put illustrations in there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, comics definitely had a huge, whether it be comics or comic book movies, they definitely had a huge impact on me as a kid and as a writer.
Mhm.
Oh, that's beautiful. Let's see. Okay, now you have me interested in some of your writings because, like, that's just me.
Mhm.
Um, I like to create,
Mhm.
but I also like to witness people create. Like that's my
Mhm.
thing
Mhm.
because I think in people's artwork they reveal their very own heart in the process.
Mhm.
And so I think
Mhm.
it'd be beautiful to see where your heart is when it comes to your work one day. I'd
Mhm.
love to read about it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, let's. So, anyways, what should we say? What should we segue into next?
Okay. I was thinking about how comic you were talking about comic book movies and everything, and so I was thinking about actually the Venom series and Let There Be Carnage and all that, and how they had some issues with them. You know, when it comes to like portraying Venom and Carnage, if you know what I mean.
Yes, yes,
I was hoping we
yes.
could talk. Me and you could talk about that real quick.
So I didn't actually watch the second movie because honestly, I made the mistake of letting the reviews determine my
Mm-hmm.
willingness to watch it,
Oh.
and I did find out that a lot of stuff, like that's the flaw in movie versions of comic books is you have to skip a lot of the meat
Mm-hmm.
to get to all of this other stuff, and it don't taste right. It don't hit the same the way that it's supposed to.
For
Like
sure.
jumping to so many of them just automatically wanting to help Venom or partner with Venom. There's a lot of stuff in between that got skipped.
Mm-hmm.
Even the beef between Venom and Carnage, we know that to be like with Spider-Man at the root of the problem.
Yeah.
They're skipping all of that, and so it makes it really hard for us to just look at that and be like, yeah, that's good. No, we need Spider-Man to enhance the beef. Otherwise, it don't hit the same.
Yeah, because Spider-Man is nowhere within those movies. Nowhere.
None.
Aside from like the post-credits scene. Spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. And the thing that really grinds my gears is that Carnage, I can understand Venom being PG-13 because, you know, he's been PG-13 before, but Carnage is not a PG-13 character. He is a rated R character.
Well, from what I heard, they were originally going to make it rated R. Andy Serkis wanted it to be, but then the studio was like, "No, we need the little kids to watch it."
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they're right in thinking if we get the kids to buy in, the parents will spend the money, and then we'll be setting up the upcoming generation to be longtime fans.
Yeah.
That makes sense, but it doesn't work where you have to get the parents to want to take your kids to watch it.
Because
if it don't look good, I'm not gonna take you to watch it.
yeah, because at the end of the day, Carnage was just terribly, like, his CGI was okay in my opinion, but his moveset and his, like, there's a scene where he literally hacks into a computer using the symbiote. That is not canon.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
He literally uses the tendrils of
shards and blades.
He does use those, but you don't see the Carnage. That's literally like his name. You don't see it.
Yes. He's literally a serial killer.
I know.
A mentally unstable serial killer. Like that, give us that. That's what we look for in this person.
And also the other part that gets me is they used an animated segment to show his backstory. It's so cheesy. Like they show like Eddie reading his letter from prison, and it shows a little animated section with like a green screen having Eddie reading it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, no, this is not how you write. This is not how you do this. This is not how you do this, Marvel. What are you doing?
That's so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. How is that working actually? I know Sony is separate from MCU.
Yeah.
But where does Marvel itself fit in? Do they speak for both?
Essentially, Sony, in the 90s, Sony bought the rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because Marvel was bankrupt. But they are actually offered the entire franchise of Marvel, but they say, and I quote, "No one gives a shit about the other characters." That's literally what they said. They only wanted Spider-Man. So,
well,
yeah, and because Spider-Man is part of the MCU, because Marvel and Sony kind of did a dual agreement, that's why Sony was making the other movies without Spider-Man because of some weird contract thing with Marvel.
That's why
even though
exists.
Yeah, even though I think that they could have used the loophole to put Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in there. They technically could have done that, but they decided not to. And because of the massive failure of, well, really all of them, except for, I think that the first Venom was really the only mildly successful one, they've decided just to stop.
Yeah. Now,
I agree.
Excuse me. Venom: The Last Dance, in my opinion, was all right. I actually cried at the end because I love Venom, and if you know what happens at the end,
no, you can go ahead and spoil it. It's okay with me, man.
Venom
I really don't care.
Venom sacrifices himself to save the entire planet. He literally falls. Okay. Did you know what xenomorphs are? I think that's what they're called.
Yes.
Xenomorphs. not
Wait, the
xenomorph.
xenomorph.
No,
The
no.
xenomorph
No,
is
no, you
alien.
mean symbiotes.
No, no.
Oh Lord Jesus, wait, there's symbiotes, but there's something else.
They're not. They're from Null. They're creatures sent by Null. What are those things called? They're not symbiotes. They're phage
I know
something.
the term.
Phage something.
I'm trying not to cheat and use my phone. I really am.
It's okay, but we know. Everyone know. Anyone who's seen the movie knows what I'm talking about. Anyways, Venom.
No, yes.
Venom literally expands himself and uses his symbiote goo to get all of these creatures underneath an acid bath, and he sacrifices himself and kills them off to save Eddie and the rest of the facility.
Eddie.
Oh, see, that's good. I like that. Well, he's technically not dead.
Yes, because a piece of him is now in the MCU. He's technically not dead, but oh Lord.
When you're talking, they have a chance to redeem Venom and Carnage through Tom Holland. They better not fumble that bag. I will be so mad.
But Carnage is dead.
Yes,
but they could set up Carnage in that universe.
Because remember, Carnage is birthed from Venom.
Oh yeah. So, and the piece of Venom was now in the MCU. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Correct.
I hope they don't fumble that either. Anyways.
Interesting that they're going to put Punisher in the next film.
Yeah.
Right.
And they said they're going to Yeah, John Bernthal was going to, because technically Punisher was originally a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
And
in the original animated series, he was a
even in the very first comic where Punisher appeared, and it was a Spider-Man comic, and he was the villain.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And of course, I think they're going to put Hulk in there too, because Spider-Man Hulk fought at one point. But yeah, they said in order to keep it PG-13, they toned down Punisher, and
I don't agree with that.
It's like
they better not do that.
It's like, I think you can still make him as violent, just don't put blood in there. I think you can get away with that, but how did some people put it? They better not make him the discipliner.
Oh, that's so bad. But see, I think what would be good though is going to be, for Spider-Man's sake, one, we already know they're setting him up to have to come up out the mud, because no Aunt May, no Stark Industries. He don't got MJ. He don't got his best friend.
Nope.
And so he's literally doing everything from the ground up. And the other half about Spider-Man is him getting introduced to reality, because he's been covered for a long time until he's had to fight Green Goblin. Green Goblin put him, it gets real out here in these streets. So seeing Punisher makes it real for him even more, that, people could literally die for this. And it's not just about the magic and the mystic and the armor.
Yeah.
So that's going to be good.
I'm kind of looking forward to seeing John Bernthal look at him being like, let me tell you something. You think you could just, have one of those monologues?
Yeah. Now, we actually did have we did mention this in this conversation within, I think it's Daredevil Born Again, right? Remember the Punisher, the conversation you had with Punisher?
Which one?
The one, like
the first one or this new one?
He had a conversation with Punisher,
about the ones on
and
the
he's trained up.
cops? Yeah. That's the that's season 2 of the Netflix
season 2 or 3.
Yeah. We've mentioned this before, but I'm gonna mention it again, because that conversation is a chef's kiss. Let's be real. Because he's like, you see both sides of the coin. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The dark side of like vigilantism, but also the side of being like, what if this person had redeemable qualities, which is a part of Jesus Christ's ultimate message. So that I love. You were saying?
And the thing about it is, someone pointed this out for me, because I was not aware of it initially. I thought Punisher was just revenge driven, but someone revealed that Punisher, he hasn't worked through all his problems, but he's come to the conclusion, this is how it's got to be. This is the best way to navigate this. He's quote unquote clear-minded in his decisions to take the life of all villains, or murderers and killers, etc. Versus it being like, I'm crazy, I'm lost my mind. Like, he's not necessarily on that. And so what that actually speaks to, if you ask me, is what the Bible talks about is, I can't remember the word. He turned you over to your reprobate mind.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
I can't be introduced to anything better or a new understanding because I have been so strongly convinced of my way of thinking in this way. So I can't get introduced to anything better. And that's the side effect that I think Punisher suffers from.
I
Mhm.
100% agree, because that is a he is set in his ways, and he
Hmm.
literally says that I killed him and that's it. So
That's the easy way to do it.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
it is the
Like
easy way.
like in one instance, like this is the conclusion I came to in the episode. I forget which episode we were talking about this, but I was like, I agree with Punisher in many aspects. It's like, but I also agree with Daredevil because it's like, I mean, he had a point. It's like, you beat them down and then they get released and they end up doing the same thing. It's like you constantly put them back in jail only for the system to let them go and
Mm-hmm.
they commit these atrocities again. He's like, but when I put them down, they don't ever do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you see, I can understand that because it's like even in the Bible, God mentioned like if a man commits a murder, well, we're not going to let him do it again. We put him on
Hmm.
trial, and if he's proven
Yep.
guilty, we execute him. Same
Yep.
thing, with the rapist, the pedophile, and all that stuff. It's like
Hmm.
if this is proven that these people committed this, then we need to put them down.
Hmm.
And the way well, I mean, let's just be for real, the way our justice system is just so messed up, and we see repeat offenders over and over again. It's like in one instance, I can understand the mindset of Punisher. It's like, we, in order to I guess you could say, cleanse the streets from all this depravity, then we just take out the depravity. But the problem I have with Punisher is even in some of the comics, he just kills everybody. It's like even just the little street thugs that you could just beat up and they'll never do. Now he just kills everybody.
Hmm.
And
So that brings up a good question.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm allowed to go here
Yeah,
and
sure.
then not
hey,
take
go
away
for
from
it.
anything,
Yeah, you're good.
what I want to see if you'll catch where I'm going.
Okay.
What makes the judicial system genuinely fail? What's the
Oh.
key failure in the judicial system? There's one keynote.
Oh.
Well, I mean, corruption. You've got people who are judges that are just are not qualified to run their jobs. A lot of times, robbery is involved, which kind of goes hand in hand with corruption.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, a lot of times, the police force is underfunded, underused,
Hmm.
and there's just so much red tape. A lot of times, like this could be an entire episode in of itself.
It definitely could, but I want to package it because you're not saying the system sucks. You're saying the people utilizing the system is what sucks. That's what you
Hmm.
just revealed.
Yeah.
And so what that boils down to is human corruption.
Mm-hmm.
The
Hmm.
thing about Punisher thinking that he has every right to just take the life of those criminals is that, as you even pointed out, his human corruption, the corrupt nature of humanity, is revealed in Punisher to even go and do that. So it nullifies the righteousness of his actions because his flesh shows in that moment. And we have a panel of people that function within the judicial system, from the judge to the jury to the plaintiff and the defendant and all of those functioning parties, so that there is no single corrupt individual that has all power and authority. When you give a person the right to say, I'm gonna take the life of anyone that does me wrong or anyone that takes the life of another person, you can't trust that individual to make that judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the scariest thing about that is so many people watch Punisher and then agree with Punisher, and what they're really agreeing with is that I have enough authority within myself to judge that that person can die for their wrong,
Mm-hmm.
which goes back to Light Yagami because that was his issue. He think he had his head on the right place
Mm-hmm.
to take someone's name. You're a criminal. You're evil. You deserve to die. You're a PDF, so you deserve to die. You kill someone. You deserve to die. You beat your wife. You deserve to die. Who are you to make that judgment?
Yes,
Only
and
for your
that's
own sin to reveal itself.
yes, and that just shows, as you said, your own sin to reveal itself, and it goes back to the Bible where it says the heart of man is corrupt and carnal.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
And I think that the reason why why I love these stories is because instead of glorifying, which people can argue that Death Note's glorifying, demonic powers and all that stuff, and I'm like, no, I disagree 100%. It's literally, it's not glorifying it, it's exposing it.
Come on, let's go. I love this.
Yeah, because Light Yagami, he has his head on straight in the very first episode, I think. But then, as it continues and continues, he keeps going down that path and spiraling to where it's his ultimate end.
Mm-hmm.
And that is so well written, so good.
Yes, and not to double back too far.
You're good.
Because my brain is like going like section for section, bar for bar.
Yeah.
That same thing, and this is how I've always saw Venom. Venom is a revelation of the corruption of flesh. Because he feeds that. He feeds your fleshly desire. He makes you desire that even more. From strength, power, lust, desire. He feeds on it until it actually plants a cancer in you for desiring those things so badly. And you think you're right for wanting what you want because it's been kept from you. Someone took it from you. Someone betrayed me. All of these other things. Eddie Brock was like, I never agreed with Eddie Brock. Early days, Eddie Brock used to confuse the mess out of me, man. It was so bad. You took everything from me. You did it yourself, Brock. Stop. Just stop blaming Spidey.
This isn't. It's technically for comics because Star Wars. You turned her against me. You have done that yourself.
I mean, there's plenty of Star Wars comics, so
that's
I guess
it
counts.
It technically counts.
Am I weird for liking... And it's not like I read a bunch of them,
yeah.
but I like reading the other Star Wars stories versus the main storyline. I like reading about how the
Jedi,
to be honest
with you,
Order
sometimes the Legends books were better than half of the stuff. So yeah.
Well, and the thing is that people argue on what's canon. I'm like, why can't we just all just like what we like, as long as it's not supporting sin and not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, okay. Being that, as you know, brought up in a Christian home, we've already had our phase of rebellion where I'm gonna sneak and watch what my parents said I shouldn't watch and read, etc. We've had our phase.
Yeah.
But then we also got to get to that place where we still enjoy it, but I can say my parents weren't entirely wrong.
Yeah, I can.
And when we do that, we're walking in wisdom versus walking in the flesh, because I can tell you as a content creator for this topic, that's all that I see. Can I read this? Can I read this? Can I watch this? Can I watch this? Why do you need me to tell you yes or no?
Yeah, that's
why do you want me to justify it for you?
That's you. It's literally your choice in that matter. It's like the Bible says. Everything is, I can do anything, but doesn't mean it's beneficial.
That's right. Exactly. And you have to be willing to be honest and answer that question. So someone just commented, and one of my good friends, Bryce, you would love to have him on. If there's anyone I want you to reach out to, his name is Bryce. I'll send you his TikTok, and you can reach out to him yourself. Yeah. But when you're talking goes deep into it, like I'm like, this dude knows so much about Daredevil to Spider-Man to Batman to all so many characters, man. He knows a lot. He reads. But what was I talking about? I lost my train of thought.
You're good.
I got stuck on Bryce and I forgot what I was talking
about. Your content creation, how people ask you to justify things.
Yes. So he had asked me, he's like, so dude, what comic books have you actually thrown away? Because I've thrown away a couple of my books. I got a series on my shelf now. I'm going to throw it away.
Yeah.
One, because the volume I'm missing is like $55, and I'm not paying $55 for a manga volume. I will never do that.
Yeah.
But it's darker than it needs to be. And it's not blessing me in any way, shape, or form. And so I let go of Fairy Tail.
Oh.
And people are like, it's just a good fight scene. They don't have that much fan service. I'm like, you didn't read the manga. The manga is full of fan service fight scene. And then there's no story. I have to be willing to say that's not benefiting me and to let those things go. If even though you can read and watch what you want to watch, if you find out that this is not doing me any good, there's a difference between I can justify it and it doing me good.
Mhm.
When I find out it's not doing me good, I need to let that thing go. I need to let that thing out of my life.
Yeah, I 100% agree
Yeah.
with you. I used to watch Food Wars, if you know what that is.
I've heard of it, and I was like, I don't care about cooking. And then I found out the other stuff. I was like, oh god,
Yeah, that stuff is borderline porn.
bro.
I'm like,
I will confess something.
yeah, what's up? No judgment-free zone here, man.
Judgment free zone. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna snitch on myself because I got to do the video anyway.
Okay.
I collected Monster Musume. Now it's not necessarily. I wouldn't say straight
I don't know what
porn.
that is.
I do.
I'm glad. Don't.
Okay.
It's stupid because it says New York bestseller. I'm like, this should not be a bestseller.
No, it shouldn't. I
So
have
it's essentially
one
manga
tiny,
smut.
kinda.
Okay.
Just hybrid females with one main guy. It's a
Yeah.
harem.
Yeah.
Hybrid
okay,
women
I
with
see, I see.
animal parts
Okay.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wrap myself out here too. I have the theme song on my Spotify. That's all I have.
Is it that good of a theme song?
It's catchy, okay?
This.
It's catchy.
I'm
I'm
loving
still
this. Just the
struggling
two
with
of you
Don to
nerding
Don,
out
man.
over this stuff.
I'm struggling with Don to Don. I don't know if I want to continue reading it or Chainsaw Man. I don't know.
Okay, I had to skip one of my volumes of Chainsaw Man because it literally shows a girl naked on the back of it. You don't
I don't
see.
even want to know.
She has a cat, and it's like the second or third volume. I had to skip it because my parents won't let me have it.
Oh, you're talking about Power.
Yeah, Power. Yeah,
I didn't even
she's,
notice
she's,
that.
she's naked on the back of it. Yeah,
I didn't
you
even
don't
notice
see
that.
anything. You just see her back, but it's implied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have noticed that is one reason why I'm a little about a lot of anime is I mean I know it's not all of it, but there's like a lot of it where they have like people call it fan service,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's just to me sometimes it's a little much. I'm
Yeah,
like, you
right,
know,
right.
you can imply.
And
I believe you can imply things, and you can kind of push the envelope. But there's some times where it's like, okay, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, and
Right,
I'm gonna
right.
be honest. That's why I like Bleach, because Bleach doesn't have as much fan service as a lot of stuff. Like, there's like only a few fan service scenes that I can think of off the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? Like there's less than 10 in my opinion.
There's one thing I will never forgive Bleach for doing.
What?
Just they made one mistake.
What is it?
The whole series.
What?
You know.
I do
The
know.
way they did Yoruichi
Yep.
was
Yep.
evil.
Yep. You're not wrong.
Evil.
Yeah.
She should have been allowed to shine, and they just made her a little puppet. I said, I can't believe this.
Okay.
Y'all do this beautiful black queen this way. I can't believe y'all.
Okay.
No.
Comics...
Should we retitle this episode Bleach?
Keep coming back to it at this point. No, we're gonna get back into comics. Trust me.
I promise.
But,
I just have one thing to say. Have you read the 1,000-Year Blood War?
Yes.
So you've seen her fight with Askin.
Yes.
How's that not her shining?
Because she had to be puppeted into a little putty tat and half naked.
Oh, that's
She did
correct.
not need to do that.
Okay. You got
She
me
didn't
there.
need to do that. No.
Yeah, Kisuke.
And
good
by
for you.
Kisuke, I finally realized it. I'm like, everyone's mad at what's his name? Mayuri.
Yeah.
Kisuke is the problem. He's worse than Mayuri.
I
He
would
experiments
beg
on
to
kids.
differ.
No.
I would beg to differ that they're both equally bad. Okay.
I can give you that. I can lean on that.
Because Mayuri used his Zanpakuto, modified it to give birth to a fetus that's in a constant state of perpetual agony.
Okay, that's a little wicked.
I'm not kidding.
That's a little wicked.
I'm sorry, what?
Wait, what was the point of that? I don't remember that.
It was.
Why did he do that?
I don't know why he did it. It's just I'm just going off of what I know because I've read the manga and seen the anime. He literally modified his sword, Zanpakuto Spirit, to do that, and it's.
Is that what he did to defeat Caesariapora?
No, that's
Was
not,
it that moment?
No, I'm talking about the moment in the 1,000-Year Blood War where he's fighting the left hand of the Soul King.
to go back and reread that because that one got a little complicated for me to follow.
Yeah,
I'm being
but
honest because he gets deep. So,
it's
just for
messed
you to
up.
understand, he's a
That entire scene's
scientist
just
guy.
messed up.
Yeah, that got a little crazy.
Yeah, cray
They
cray.
do some radical science nonsense. I
Yeah.
did want to ask,
What's up?
have y'all read Berserk?
I know Berserk. I want to read it. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure my parents would not let me because of how gory it is.
So,
Well,
They're
that's not the
pushing
only
it with
reason.
Bleach.
I wanted to read Berserk, but then I saw the ending of the animated show, and it was just like, yeah, no, I'm good.
You saw the eclipse. You saw the eclipse.
You know the part when
The eclipse. Yeah, I just call it
I guess
eclipse
that's
because
I guess
that's
that's
when
what
it's
it's called.
happening. Yeah, it's called the eclipse. Okay.
I mean, I have to admit the animation and I don't know why I thought like the final shot was cool of his eye bleeding and him just screaming with rage, but just the scene I was just like, yeah, I'm good.
Didn't the guy who wrote Berserk pass away?
He
Yes,
did
Kentaro
before he
Miura
finished
did
it.
pass away. He did.
Yeah, that's
he
what
did.
I thought. Yeah.
But he's already got a team that's working to finish it anyway.
Okay.
He did all of that.
Man, I gotta give it
preparation.
to him though. His artwork was phenomenal. I've seen some of the art pieces, and I'm like, it is insane. I mean, even as an artist myself, I'm like, the amount of dedication to the detail he put in there was absolutely insane.
Oh yeah.
So I will
So
give that to him.
yes. Well, the reason I brought it up is because you were talking about one thing manga and anime tend to do a lot of, though not everyone does it, is the fan service.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the things that has turned some Christians off from it is there are I don't know how you feel about certain terms, so I will try to tread carefully.
Yeah, I
There's a
don't
lot
care.
of sex scenes
Go
in it.
ahead.
There's a lot. There's a lot of sex scenes in Berserk.
Mhm.
The thing though is there's only, from what I've seen, 2 consensual instances of sex.
Yeah.
All of the other ones are assault.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that's
I've
kinda what
come
turned me
across
off
young
from it.
Christians, right,
Mhm.
that said I can't read Berserk
Mhm.
because the sex scenes will tempt me. I'm like, hold on. You just admitted that a demon assaulting a woman will turn you on.
Exactly.
I need you to really like think that through before you tell me what you just told me. You have a lot more to work out than
That's
just
not. I wouldn't.
pornography.
Me, it's like, oh, it's not because it would tempt me. Me, it's just I find that repulsive.
Yeah.
Right. No,
It's
not
like
you. Not
you
you.
can.
Yeah.
No. I'm just adding to this. It's like if you find it
Gotcha.
repulsive and it's just like, ugh, like that's the reason why I didn't like me personally. Like in some of the stories I have written or I'm writing, stuff like that is well, not maybe not necessarily a demon doing it, but you know, that is a topic that comes up. But I'm
Right.
like, there is a way to write about this without showing it.
Yeah. Like the way
You can
That is
imply
true.
it.
Like the
Yeah,
way
you
Sound of
can.
Freedom
Yeah,
did.
there you go. I think that's the best example.
Wait, who
It's
was
like
that?
Sound of
Sound
Freedom.
of Freedom, the
Remember that
movie.
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
I think
Well,
that's probably the best
that's
example of how to do that.
that's true for the Christian lens, because and we can come across that after we hit more comics. But that's
Yeah.
I was just talking about this yesterday. This is what's been holding Christian creativity back is doing the whole zero cuss words, zero drugs, zero sex, zero this, zero that. I'm like that. Well, then you don't want to talk about reality
Yeah.
if you say none of this will be in your media. But you can still talk about it without going to the extremes of what the world does, which you're
Mhm.
exactly right. But I guess we can't expect that of secular media
Mhm.
because they want to. They
Yeah.
want that. They want
Mhm.
that.
As I said, it goes back to exposing it instead of glorifying it.
Mhm.
Exactly. And that's what I liked about Berserk is like you're actually revealing the truth because people don't think the devil and demons are doing stuff. They
And they
don't
are.
think that they're actually out here causing chaos and taking people's lives. They do that.
Mhm.
And in a sense it gives us a reality of the spirit realm that again, even Christians don't like talking about it anymore. There's Christians that say there's no healings, there's no casting out demons, there's no raising the dead, they're just acting. I'm like, man, y'all need to go to Africa. If you think that's not real, go to Africa. It's so real for
I'd
them over
say the
there,
same
bro.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's kind
Yes.
of the topics I write about. I write a lot about like spiritual warfare and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like Yeah, like I said, I really wanted to read and watch Berserk because I loved the idea of the story, but what you were talking about, that just the constant,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's the reason why I haven't
Yeah,
gotten into it.
yeah,
I
I've
understand.
avoided it for that reason too. There's only so much I can handle too. But also, just to
Mhm.
preface one small thing, which I don't think we've established yet, at least told you, both me, Samick, and I we're both Christians. If you can, yeah.
Mhm.
So we're all good here. So we can talk about this
I
stuff.
It's crazy. I realized that when you reached out to me, I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't think they're reaching out to me just for the nerdy side. I'm pretty sure the faith part plays a huge role in that too.
yeah.
So I was
Yeah,
prepared.
I mean, it's in their podcast. We talk about faith, pop culture, and everything else in between.
yeah.
I
So
love it. This is what I live for.
yeah.
Mhm.
I wanted to talk about Bleach again for another second.
Here we
Look,
go. It's
look,
just
look,
kind of like
look.
Bleach.
I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
If we're gonna do it, do it. No, I love it. Let's go.
Okay,
Let's go.
so for Bleach, the reason why I love it so much is because, and I've talked about this in other episodes, but just for people who are new, I love it because I relate to Ichigo. Ichigo as a character is so relatable. He's a teenager on the verge of adulthood, being thrust into something he has no idea, and it's like that's the ultimate teenage fantasy, is to become something more powerful than they actually are. Same thing with Spider-Man. That's why he's relatable.
Right.
He's been bullied, he's treated horribly, and then he gets unknown powers and he takes them and uses them. So yeah, Bleach is just so good.
Now I won't bash Bleach for this. I just want to point it out. This was one opportunity that I think Bleach should have tapped into better, and that was genuinely training Ichigo in swordplay.
Oh yes.
I don't think they fairly did that, because for him to pull up on captains who have been training for thousands of years,
Yes.
and just beat him because he has heavy swinging power, is that part hurts the respect for the training and the skill. That sucks.
The writer's just like, shut up, enjoy it. Don't think about it.
I will give you that. However, at least with his first fight, well, not his first fight. He had like, two fights before his Bankai. He had his sealed Zanbakuto, his Shikai, and then he gets stabbed in the chest by Yoruichi to save him from Ryuka because he's not ready. Then number 3 is when his Bankai. That's the one I'm talking about. When he's just swatting away and cutting away all of the petals from Senbon Sakura. That scene, okay, I'll give it to him. It's epic. Just give him a mulligan, okay?
It is. Don't get me wrong. I will give Ichigo every mulligan. I can't tell you. Okay, y'all probably wait. How old are y'all?
I'm 26.
I'm 23.
Oh, you're too young to know. I don't know. You might not be too young to know.
We'll see.
The YouTube era of
I like older
AMVs.
stuff. I mean, I watched John Wayne. So.
Dude, I made AMVs when I was in high school.
AMVs kept my generation alive, bro.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I can't tell you how many times I watched Ichigo and just do that over and over again.
Since you had an AMV phase, please tell me you saw the Toby Mac Ignition Bleach AMV. Please.
Yes!
Oh!
Come on, dude. Come on. I had to.
I salute you, sir.
I had to, bro. I watched every AMV. I go to school, come home, Naruto AMV, watch it. Next, watch it. Bleach, watch it. One Piece, watch it. Bro, I was watching AMV after AMV for fight scenes. Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
I did want to ask.
I gotta send you my old AMV channel. You would like it.
Please. I want to watch it. I hate saying this. This is gonna be mean.
Okay, it's all good.
I like the edits that are coming out, but I don't like the AMVs.
Okay, well, my style of AMVs that I did back in the day were not heavily edited. Well, they were obviously edited, but what I did is I matched the scenes up with the lyrics of the song to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
I mean,
they don't do that anymore. They don't do that anymore.
No, they're just it's
they
all
don't
just
do that anymore.
It's all just rotoscoping. It's all just rotoscoping and putting footage on top of footage.
High functioning sequences and screenshots and green screens. Text, which is nice. Okay. But I want the song to tell me something. They're not letting songs speak anymore.
Do you know the song Unbreakable by Fireflight?
Yes.
I did one.
Dude, that song
to
is
that
gas.
Song. Yes, I did one to that song to Bleach, and it's my most viewed video.
I have to check it out now. You got to send me that.
I will send you. I'll send you my channel after the podcast. I promise.
Matter of fact, I will watch it tomorrow on my live stream.
Thank you.
You send it tomorrow. We'll watch it on live stream.
Okay, just hit me up on Discord when it's happening, and I'll join in.
Absolutely. Now, I do limit my TikTok to TikTok and Twitch.
Yeah, you're good.
Because TikTok is nitpicky. Once you pull up Discord, they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna send your views down."
Yeah,
So I have to keep it on their platform.
I'm just saying beforehand, before you start.
No, for sure.
Yeah, you're good.
Just didn't want you to think you're not streaming on Discord. No, it's got to be on the other stuff.
No, sadly. It's not. It's not about that. I was saying send me a message when you're about to go live on TikTok. Is what I said.
I got you.
Yeah.
So you know we do have to ask the popular question.
Yes.
Marvel or DC?
I am gonna get so much hate from this guy.
Okay. Here, you go first.
Marvel, all the way, Marvel.
Okay. I don't. We always don't really get into fights about stuff like this.
No.
Like
But we are gonna now.
I want blood. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, we did an entire podcast episode about the division and fandoms and how people just need to stop bickering and actually unite on, the fact that we all love pop culture. Yep. But
Right.
I prefer DC personally.
Burn him at the stake. Burn him at the stake.
I prefer DC because mainly it's because I loved Batman so much growing up as a kid. Like how you were with Bleach, I loved Batman 1 because that was a lot of the comics I had. But Batman to me was so special because he wasn't in his first comics. He wasn't even a superhero. He was a detective.
Mm-hmm.
He had a very noir. He was more in the noir genre, which
Right.
I really think only the Batman the Animated Series and Matt Reeves, the Batman, actually captured.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, other than that, the other Batman films never really got that. And tell you the truth, I prefer the 1939, 1940s version because I love the old aesthetic. And go ahead, crucify me over this. I like the fact that he didn't have a mind with snapping someone's neck.
That's fair.
He legit.
Get back to the old school.
Yeah, like originally he killed every villain. Joker was the first villain he did not kill. Because the writers
Really?
thought, yeah, the writers, I actually had the first comic of Joker. Also, I'm just being honest, I love that version of Joker too. I'll get to that in a second. But they felt like he was too good of a villain to kill off, so that was the first villain that Batman just arrested. Like this version of Joker, because modern Joker is just absolutely insane. He just does stuff off the fly. No, this version of Joker,
calculated. He
was a tactician. He would hack into the radios and announce, I'm going to kill this rich person. It was always a rich person. And steal a valuable item from them. He would give the date and the time. All the policemen would be there, and they'd be waiting for something to happen. The clock would strike. Nothing would happen. They're like, what is going on? Well, then the guy would just drop dead. And they're like, what the? And then he'd have a smile on his face. And then... I think the first one was the ruby. The ruby's just gone. And they're like, where is it? Well, at one point, it turns out that he was already there. Mm-hmm. And, he started doing the laughing toxin. At one point, he was literally a suit of armor in the room. And he gassed the entire room. And then the suit of armor moves. And he pulls off the helmet. He's got that wicked smile. And he actually kicked Batman's butt in their first fight. Like, this Joker knew how to fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh man!
Can I say one small thing?
Yeah,
it's about Joker and Batman. Did you know that there was actually a comic where Joker and Carnage actually have a inner altercation, and even the Joker says, "Yeah, this guy is not my type. I cannot work with him. I am not kidding. He is this evil. I am not this evil." He literally says that.
So Carnage is worse than Joker.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm not kidding.
That makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. But anyways,
I'll see if I can pull up the comic page and put it on the screen for you guys if I can find it. We'll
yeah.
see.
Please, please,
But
please.
yeah, I don't know, I really liked how, you know, even in some of the new versions, it's just like, you know, despite everything that was thrown at him, he just kept getting up and
Right.
fighting for a good cause. Although
Mhm.
I do have a bad taste in my mouth for like a lot of the modern versions because now they've kind of made him a narcissist sociopath
Hmm.
that just is
Yeah.
very controlling, and I'm like, this
Especially with
is
Harley
so
Quinn.
yeah, and
It's the
it's like
Harley Quinn combo. That's what does it. Yeah.
yeah, it's just, but another reason why I really got into the G.I. Joe comics was, I mean, one, their patriotism and fighting for what's, you know, the constant, you know, we're going to fight for our country no matter what. Because the comics
Mhm.
actually, despite the 80s, I actually don't like the 80s TV show because the 80s TV show is just goofy, whereas the comics were
Oh, I'm
actually,
with
they
you. Right.
dove deep into the politics
Hmm.
of war and how they had to fight through red tape and deal with government corruption and how they're
Interesting.
like, you know, we're doing this for the citizens. And especially the character of Snake Eyes. It's like, I know this is such a cliched answer, but Snake Eyes is one of my favorite characters of all time.
Very
Like
cliche.
he came home from Vietnam. I mean, he came home from Vietnam. His parents and his sister were killed in a car accident on the way to pick him up from the airport.
Hmm.
So then Storm Shadow comes and is like, "Hey, let me take you home with me." And there they form a brotherhood. He finds a purpose. Well, then through the death of his master, the brotherhood is broken apart, and he feels like I have nothing left. Then he's contacted by GI Joe. He falls in love with Scarlet, and then his voice and his face get damaged to where he has to wear the mask. Like he can't even tell the woman he loves, "I love you" anymore. He can't ever speak. Like literally, this man. That's just the basics. Like, Snake Eyes Declassified. If you want to get his story, read that graphic novel. That graphic novel's awesome.
And that's
But
just
like,
one character too.
yeah, that's just one character with one arc. The later arcs, this man gets even more punishment. Like at one point, Scarlet gets shot in the head. She somehow survives because it kind of like
Oh,
it
okay. I see.
meant.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you know he goes. He's literally this poor guy just keeps getting beaten down. Like, but yet no matter what, he never loses his honor
Hmm.
and he never loses his humanity. There were so many times where it looked like he would turn dark, but he always kept that light within him
Hmm.
and fought for justice. Like he even, spoiler, Baroness is the one who shot Scarlet in the head. He had a chance to kill her, and instead he saves her
Wow. Okay.
because he's like I'm not falling into this revenge, and it actually kind of changes her because she's like, what? She's like, what?
It's
I
like the
literally
cat
just shot
meme.
your
It's
girl.
like
Right.
it's like the
Well,
cat
I would
meme. Huh? Huh?
And like,
see.
there's so many other good characters in
Mhm.
GI Joe too, but Snake Eyes is just he's such a good kid. Most people just see him as the black clad ninja. I'm like, no, he is
Right.
so much more than that.
He's been through so much more. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely Team Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm Team Marvel only
Go.
for this caveat. Well, okay, there's technically two.
Go ahead.
I have question marks about DC making gods of their heroes. That raises question marks for me. Like majority of the
Yeah,
pantheon of heroes, they're just gods. That's what they want them to represent, and I don't. I want to be careful of rooting for that. But the difference I learned about DC and Marvel is DC does a great job of they do a great job with the hero side of things, the powers and the narrative there, while Marvel does a great job building on the individuals as people and their humane side and going to the depth of that. And although I love DC and their stories, they make great stories, I prefer Marvel and how they break down like people, their
Mm-hmm.
individual
Like Peter
people.
Parker.
And I'm drawn to that because I love the human mind.
Mm-hmm.
I like seeing the human mind. I
that's
like
fair.
seeing people with their emotions. That part is what's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But I will always like what's it, Brightest Day and Darkest Night,
Mm-hmm.
the Green Lantern run. That's a great Green Lantern run.
Oh, I
Oh
love
my
Green Lantern.
goodness,
He
that
was
is a
cool.
great Green Lantern run. I said, I didn't know DC was writing like this. Okay, Okay, DC got some good works.
Green Lantern the animated
Crossblade.
series was an underrated show. That was a really good show.
Ahem. We don't talk about Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern.
We're not
No, we
talking
don't.
about that one.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
No.
There's a
Although,
reason why he got shot in the
unpopular
head by Deadpool.
unpopular opinion though, I actually think, granted the CG of the suit looked weird, I loved the design.
Okay.
The way
Yeah.
the way the chest glowed and it flowed throughout the suit.
Mhm.
I absolutely love that design. But I think what threw people, one guy pointed out, he said what threw people off was the neck.
Hmm.
Because the way they made the neckline, because
Mhm.
the way they made the neckline, it just looks like a real guy's head is on top of a CG body. He said had they fixed the neckline a bit, it probably would have looked better.
Yeah.
Because that was what was really throwing people off.
I think that also that might have been a problem of its time with the CGI.
Yeah.
You know what they need to do, which would really boost the DCEU,
Mhm.
especially with James Gunn taking the helms on this,
Mhm.
is doing the Parallax run.
What's that?
Which one was
So
that one?
this is where Green Lantern loses, like his whole city gets destroyed, like his
Ooh.
hometown all gets just eradicated, everybody, and so he like exhausts his battery, like conjuring it with his ring, and so they show up to tell him he's wrong for doing that. Long story short, it shifts to him starting to kill off other Green Lanterns, and he starts taking their rings to boost his power. So he becomes like this whole wicked Green Lantern dude. He's even killing like the Guardians over the main battery, and then he harnesses that power, and he just becomes this multiversal threat. Only for them to find out that the god of the Yellow Lanterns, Parallax, is possessing him at that time. They didn't know, so he's possessed by him. That's why he's doing all these evil things and using his power that way, because of his fear, losing everyone that he loves. But that's
Sounds like something
he's beating
else.
everybody. He's beating everybody. He's beating Superman. He beat up Wonder Woman. He beat up other Lanterns. He's just going and wrecking everybody. And I'm like, they need that. They need that in the DC.
Let me guess, Batman beats him with prep time. I'm just
I
kidding.
forgot how he loses. I actually forgot how he loses. Oh, I definitely want to see Batman shoot Darkseid though. That'd be great. We have
Hey,
to see
Zack
that.
Snyder was going to do that. Just
Too late.
saying.
Too late. He dropped the ball.
Yeah. So,
I still love Man of Steel. I don't care what people say. I still love that one.
fair, very fair. So I would like to ask you, ChristXComix. So you said out of the big three, One Piece is your favorite. Okay.
100%.
Okay. So tell us why.
Why One Piece? If you have to ask, then you don't like One Piece. No, I was totally joking. One Piece. Okay. My core is I love underdog energy. If you give me an underdog and I have to root for him in a situation he should not come out of, I'm sold. And I'm watching Luffy fight people. And I don't care what anyone says. Luffy beats Naruto in straight hands. No one's going to convince me of otherwise. If you're talking just boxing, no blasts and energy beams and heals and all that stuff, Luffy's got it. Even if you take away the gum fruit, Luffy's got it. I don't care. But any instance, sure, the comedy, great. The build up for the story, great. The backstory is amazing. But what got me as a child was seeing Luffy fight people he shouldn't have beat. He should not have beat a clawed speedster, where getting cut is his weakness. He shouldn't have beat Buggy the Clown. He's been about this for decades. He beat Buggy. Buggy should not have lost to Luffy, but he did, because Luffy is just like that. Don Krieg, with every weapon Don Krieg had, he had to think in the moment, how am I going to beat a dude with machine guns, rifles, poisonous spikes, spike shields, cannons, and all of these other weapons, getting people poisoned, and then I drop you, and I fall into the ocean just to beat you, and I'm smiling as I do it. Respect.
Yes.
That's what put me onto One Piece. But when I got more in tune with the spiritual side of how I view the material, I started to notice a lot of biblical narrative, from Nami finally asking for Luffy's help, Luffy seeing potential even in the weakest of people like Usopp, and them coming together as a team to make a difference in these people's lives. Luffy pursuing freedom in his life. I'm like, Luffy's a Christian. They won't tell you he's a Christian, but Luffy's a Christian. and ain't nobody gonna tell me otherwise. But so that's what sold me on One Piece.
Mhm.
It's just clean all the way through. There's no fumble. They have not fumbled once for me.
Yeah, I have to say, uh, in that regard, have you seen the 4 Kids version of One Piece? Please tell me you have.
Yes, that's actually low key one of my favorites.
Despite the fact that it's censored to all hell.
Yes, there are two reasons. There's
Tell me
two
why.
reasons.
Tell me why.
Okay. Reason number one, Sanji had a personality to his voice. He was talking a little suave when he would talk to the
It was a
ladies.
New
I love that.
Yorker.
Now he just has a plain voice.
It was a New
Yes.
Yorker
Yes,
Bronx
he
accent. Yes, I know.
loved it. Loved it.
Mhm.
And then guess what? And they changed it, and it actually made me mad that they took this away from me. Luffy had a laugh.
Ah.
He had a unique laugh. And they took it away because they didn't like that she was doing it. She wanted to add spice to it.
Mhm.
They took it away.
That's
What do
fair.
we see everyone talking about in One Piece? These different characters got weird laughs. Luffy had it first.
Yeah.
Give it back to Luffy. No, but they took that away from me, so I hate him. I hate him for it.
Yeah.
I love that for two
But I
reasons.
will
Yep.
say, I do like Christopher Sabat's interpretation of Zoro.
Bro, chef's kiss, bro.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, because the other guy, I don't remember the other guy's name who did the 4 Kids dub of Zoro. In that version,
Right.
it was Zolo, which they did that for copyright. I know. And you know what's even worse is that in the Viz translation of the manga, it's still Zolo.
Right, which is fine because there's a language difference as far as the Japanese and us.
Yeah,
R's
it's
and
fine.
L's, they get
Yeah.
that mix up, and so that's why I was fine with it. I was like, oh, it's just that I'm fine. I'll live.
Yeah, it's fine. But anyways,
What was up
And
with
it has less fillers than Naruto.
mhm.
It's longer than Naruto, and it has less filler.
Yeah. What's up?
What was up with 4 Kids taking? I know this is a side branch, but we're already talking about it. What was up with 4 Kids taking an anime and chopping it up and changing it? Because like, I remember watching Sonic X when I was a kid. I mean, I loved the show, but then I found footage of the original Japanese version, and I'm like, you mean to tell me that this was dark? Like season 2 was like,
Yeah, they did that for a reason because they were westernizing Japanese media, which they shouldn't have done because this stuff was not made for kids. Like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, was not made for kids. One Piece is not made for kids. It's made for early teens and young adults. Well, late teens,
exactly.
not early teens, late teens and young adults.
I mean, me personally, as mature as we were as kids, we still could have watched the original Sonic version.
Yeah.
But like, I remember, like for an example, there was like this, I forget her name, Molly. Molly she's going up, she's literally in her plane about to fight the, God, what are they called? The Manatrix? I don't remember. But she's about to fight them, and then she's just like, I can't do it. And then she flies off, and then the Shadow is just like, I hope you can come back to fight. And I remember as a kid thinking, you whip! You just left the fight. No, in the original Japanese version, she flies head in, and then they blow her up.
Yep.
And
Oh,
then
wow.
Shadow it's honestly a really powerful scene, especially with the voice acting of everybody else, like in shock. And then Shadow just silently puts the rings on and kills every single one of them.
Yep.
Yo.
And I'm like, why didn't I get this version when I was a kid?
Well, that's the thing is, we know they wanted to censor it, but from a social standpoint, we were looking at the adult stuff. Look, I mean, we know they switched up from like the not boxed, but the simple art style for the female figure to like they had to be hourglass, they had to be turned to the side, heels up, and then the rump shave. Like
Yeah.
we know that comic books shifted to that,
Mhm.
and some parents didn't even realize that was what was happening. But that's what we were being exposed to, even at 7 and 8 years old.
Yeah.
And so it's nice they tried to take our eyes from stuff we shouldn't be reading and watching. They tried, but they just jacked it up.
It didn't work.
No.
But the thing is that one of the two things about the 4 Kids One Piece dub, there is a scene where he's fighting Crocodile, where he's saying, "I had to work up a sweat to defeat you," blah blah blah. There's actually a brief scene where they did not edit the blood out properly, and you see the blood spewing out of his face. It's hilarious. If you watch it in slow motion, you'll see it. And then
Oh, I
the
have to
other
check
thing
that.
that kills me is that they took away Sanji's cigarette and replaced it with a lollipop. That's just BS.
Oh, fine. Well, I'm fine with that because I'm fine with that from this standpoint.
Hmm.
I wouldn't want my kids to see Sanji, like Sanji, and say, I want a cigarette too.
That's fair.
Because when I saw Sanji with the lollipop, guess what I wanted? Hey, bro, give me a lollipop. I'm over there like Sanji. I was over there like, hey, let's put on a black suit, put my foot up. And it was safe to do that as a child. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? That's all
To
it
be
is.
fair, I used to take a lollipop sticks and go out in the darn cold of the winter and go.
No. Oh, you're one of those kids.
Yes.
You got the what was those sticks called? The little chalk sticks candies that they had?
Yeah.
I used to do that with those.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just took lollipop sticks, like the ones you can unravel, looks like a little map. That stuff.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, I occasionally smoke cigars, so you will
Really?
see me every now and then.
What? Okay.
Huh?
I don't want to shift from comics, but can you help me understand the thought process behind cigars? I don't get that for like you see this a lot with a lot of the Catholics is that they do that too.
mhm.
Like Michael Knowles, Matt Walsh,
Hey,
several
comics.
others in that arena, they'll pick up one. Hmm.
I just want to say, don't be afraid to branch off. We branch off all the time.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I do it on occasion. Uh, my older brother actually smokes pipes regularly.
Okay.
He I'm more of a cigar guy, but I smoke pipes every now and then. It's to me, it's more of an occasion thing. But so the you will never see us with a cigarette because they dump so many chemicals in that stuff that will give you cancer.
Yeah.
Like pipe
Okay.
tobacco and cigars is like literally the pure stuff, and you actually don't inhale it. It's like sipping on a straw. You just kind of pull it in your mouth and then you
Hmm.
release it. You don't breathe it in.
Hmm.
Okay.
Like I said, literally imagine sipping a milkshake and spitting it out. That's what it's like. Anyways,
Oh. Okay.
essentially the whole point of pipes and cigars, it forces you to sit down and just stop. You just sit down, you stop, trying to do all this stuff, and you just have a moment of silence where you're just sitting there relaxing and you're thinking. And the nicotine of the tobacco, I can attest to this, it actually calms you down.
Okay.
Like it has like I think God put tobacco and all kinds of herbs on this earth for a reason. Of course, unfortunately, humankind wants to abuse it a lot of times, but
Right.
with tobacco, it has some medicinal purposes. There have been times where I have been very high strung, very like
ADHD.
oh my gosh, and I just sit down and I'm like, okay, I'll light one, and after it's all said and done, I'm like, okay, I can move on. Like I said, I don't do it very regularly.
Of course.
It's actually been like good grief. I don't remember the last time I smoked, but anyways,
That's
but
the
yeah,
tobacco
essentially, it's
showing.
just
It's memory loss. I'm kidding.
Memory loss. Yep.
hey,
Yep. You
hey,
lost
some
brain
people
cells.
say that some people actually say it helps.
I
Like
just
you're
mess
less likely to
around.
have Alzheimer's if you
Really?
have a tobacco. But yeah, like I said, no cigarettes, big no. Cigars, pipes, you don't inhale, and like I said, it's just more of a thing. It forces you to sit down and slow down. And
Right.
also, a lot of things that I love to do, especially when I'm smoking by myself, is I take that time to pray
Interesting.
because I'm sitting. I do it outside always, so I'm outside. I'm with nature. It's just me, my thoughts, and God. So
Okay.
that's how I do it.
Okay. Well, so like I said, it's definitely not necessarily a judgment thing. I'm very anti-drug, alcohol, type person. Very that's like my core, but I am also definitely willing to like kind of hear what people's experiences are like in that arena because you don't know. If you don't know, especially
Mm,
being one that doesn't do it, you won't understand as much.
Hmm.
And so I like to ask those questions. And like I said, I was seeing a lot of Christians or proclaimed Christians because I don't fully know doing that. I'm like, what? There's a trend here. There's a lot of this Christian smokes cigar. I think Lord's Giant does the pipe as well. I think he does
he does.
the pipe, and I'm like, Lord's Giant, why are you doing on pipe, bro? Or Ruslan, I think he does. I think he'll smoke a cigar here and there, and it's just like, what am I missing?
Hmm.
Because again, that goes back to what we said before. though things are lawful doesn't make it expedient,
Yes.
and it makes me raise that brow. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I appreciate your
No,
explanation.
there are some people who will definitely take it overboard. I do it on occasion, but because if you remember back in the old days, like good grief, for hundreds and hundreds of years, I mean, even the great J.R. Tolkien himself,
Hmm.
people just smoked pipes. That's just what you did. It was a kind of a social thing. It was a way to like I said, sit down, slow down, think about life, relax. A lot of writers would pop in a pipe and think about their story. Some songwriters would pop in a pipe and think about, okay, what do I do next? It was just a way to help you calm the hurricane in your mind and think.
Got you.
Mhm.
I have a addictive nature, so
If
you
you
just
have
saw
an
you just saw
addictive
me.
if you have an addictive nature, then yes, I would highly recommend to not do it. But uh, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Of course.
I know for a fact it's not for everybody. Like I said, my brother does it more than I do. I'm just the occasion guy. He's kind of the hobbyist, I guess you could say.
Right. Right.
But yeah, it's like it depends on the person.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Let's travel back just a little bit more, and then I think we can end off the episode. How's that sound?
It sounds
I
good
think
to
we
me.
go on a little bit more, but
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah,
Just a
let's
little.
keep going.
just a little bit more.
Yeah, just a little more. Like maybe like 15 more minutes or so.
I will raise a question. Have you ever come across Christian comics?
My man, yes. Because trust
Dude,
when I.
dude, look right there. You see
What you got?
It's the Action Bible. It's literally right there where I'm pointing. You see that? It's the Action Bible.
I do see it. Yeah.
Yep, Christian Comics. I have
Now
it.
You know what?
before that. Oh, I don't have them
Kingstone.
on me.
Oh.
Oh,
I got the
that's
Kingstone
nice.
Bible.
That's nice. I like that. That's really good.
Yeah, yeah.
See, what I need that, and I need to reorder. Look it up because I think you'll actually like it. It's called Archangels.
He has it.
Dude,
You got it? You got Archangel?
Yeah, he has Archangels. He has it.
Let's go!
I got the original and the prequel. Like this is the collector's edition
Oh,
for
you guys
the
are geeking out. I love this.
like, dude, this was one of my favorites growing up. Like my dad bought this my dad collected these when they were coming out, and then
Yes!
he was pulling stuff out of the attic, and he was like, "Man, I forgot about these. Hey, Steven!"
I'm telling you, dude.
You're like-
Those comics, because for real, I came up with the Bible Man and the Touched by an Angel, Seventh Heaven era.
Yeah, yeah.
So you watched Bible Man?
I did, but
I
when
loved
you
Batman.
look at, like, let's say we watch Batman the animated series and oh my god, you're gonna send me into a nostalgic coma.
I got all out of them.
Man, oh man.
You're
But,
loving
like,
this, aren't you?
When you're a '90s, early 2000s,
Yeah, that's us.
Christian nerd, you're like, dude, Christian comic book stuff sucks. Like,
Yeah.
we did a bad job back then. But then when I came across Archangels and the Crusader series, I don't know if y'all have ever read the Crusaders. Look
I've
up the
heard
Crusaders.
of it. I can't find it though.
Bro, amazing comics. Because what they're doing is they have two guys that are going around sharing the gospel, but they're giving you, like, church history in the process and talking about demonic entities. You got some casting out demons, others are converting people in different scenarios. Just well written, normal human experiences in a comic book form. So I really like that one. Archangels, I was like, this is what spiritual warfare looks like. The angels are fighting for my life, and all I'm doing is talking to a guy on the street corner. And so it's so serious right now. Oh my goodness! Oh no, the first epic moment. The dude was just on his motorcycle while another dude was driving a car to sell drugs, and you got a demon coming to fight an angel all in the same instance over a car crash. I'm like, oh, that's deep.
Do you know that Andy Park, the lead graphics designer or art director for Marvel, his very first comic was Archangels issue number 6.
No,
like that has some of my favorite art in the entire series. That was his first comic.
Dude, I will never give no. Have you read Archangels, by the way? I just want to make sure. Yes.
No, I want to. I'm
Oh,
going to read it once I see him. Me and him still
oh,
need to meet in real life, but we've known each other for like
oh,
2 or 3 years now.
that'll be a
Pushing
beautiful,
4
beautiful
Oh,
actually.
oh, four.
experience.
Yeah, yeah. But
We're pushing 4,
yeah,
but yeah.
I would. He'll know what I'm talking about as I do it. But that final, man, that final punch was just gassed
Dude.
up, boy. Oh, oh, so good, so good. I
and,
loved it. I was like, "There's hope. We have hope for
okay,
Christian media."
yeah. In that regard, have you read Manga Messiah?
I have read Manga Messiah.
That
I
I
one
have
is a
like
little
not.
bit
I do want to read that.
that I have that one on my shelf. I just but it's a little bit toned down in my opinion,
yeah,
but still
yeah.
good in the art style in my opinion.
I don't like the art style,
Is it too
but I thought it was good to
chibi?
start. It's too chibi and easy.
Ah,
Like it's almost when it's you can tell an American did it. I guess you could say it that way.
that's fair. That's fair.
That's the part about it is
Darn
and
Americans.
I I don't we're in that era now. So
Mhm.
you have like if you ever scroll on TikTok and you're in the Christian hip hop room,
Mhm.
you have like 20 different people trying to make a Christian hip hop song. I'm like, who are you? Like, what are you even doing? Like, you're not even making good music. And the same thing happens with art. We have this era of people saying, I want to make manga, and then they just put out this shoddy, poorly drawn story. And I'm like, I'm not reading this.
Yeah,
You're not
that's
getting me
fair.
to read this just because you made a TikTok.
What we need is like the Shonen Jump style Jesus story.
Thank you. So I will tell you this,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't tell nobody because no one can steal my idea.
Yeah.
I am working towards actually creating my own company
Ooh.
for that, where young Christians who write and create stories
Mm-hmm.
and make books and all of that can come submit their work.
Mm-hmm.
It'll get genuine reviews,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll say yes or no because we
Mhm.
won't just accept it because you put Jesus' name in it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I won't accept that.
That's
We will
fair.
actually give you critique,
Mhm.
review the art, review the story, and then we'll actually push it out. Like I want to do that for a Christian company. Have a magazine like Shonen Jump magazine used to be
Mhm.
on the shelves. I
Yeah.
love Shonen Jump magazine on
I
the
have
shelf.
I
I
have
don't care
some
about
down
the app.
there.
All right, my
That's
internet crashed out there for a second there, but I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. We're good.
Okay. All right. So, what is our last little bit we're going to talk about, and then we'll finish up.
Oh, one thing before, since we're on the topic of Christian comic books, have you come across this one?
What is that called? Is
It's
that
called
God's
God's
dog?
God's Dog. So it was written by an Eastern Orthodox Jonathan Pegu. I'm sorry, I don't remember how to pronounce his name, but
Paggio? Oh,
essentially,
Paggio.
Paggio. Yeah. So there
Jonathan
was
Paggio. I know him.
Saint Christopher. There was like a Saint Christopher who was like a dog-headed warrior. Apparently, in like some of the I'm not very familiar with Eastern Orthodox theology, but he essentially it's about that. And this is the first one. I have the second one. I haven't read it yet, but he's doing like a whole mythology on like because the skins of Adam and Eve that God created for the two of them have like a huge role in this, and it's like it's a really interesting story. I would definitely highly recommend that. That was a very interesting graphic novel, and I have yet to read this one, but this I actually found this one through a YouTuber who reviews comics, not a Christian by the way, but he was
Mm-hmm.
like, this is actually pretty cool. It's essentially Christian superheroes, and I think that's literally supposed to be the Apostle John. Because
Okay.
remember when Jesus say, "Who is it to you that what is it to you that he would literally live till the end of the times?" So they
Mm-hmm.
take that literally as if he's immortal.
Right, right. Okay. No,
Essentially,
there
it's like
there are those that think that, yeah.
it was essentially like the Antichrist is trying to rise before his time, so these
Mm-hmm.
Christian superheroes are going to fight off against him or something like that. It's interesting. I backed them on Kickstarter. I haven't read it yet, but yeah, it's
I
interesting.
like that. I like that concept. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Everything all right there?
I think my daughter's cat came in the room. No, it didn't. We're good. We're good. Hey,
Okay.
yeah, there she is. She's at the door. What's up,
Nice.
Roomy Doober?
But yeah,
Y'all are good.
any other recommendations when it comes to the Christian comic space?
Right now, actually, no. There's no real recommendations. As far as animations go, Angel Studios are doing very good as far as animations.
Hmm.
Yes.
They're coming out with the new movie for David,
Hmm.
which I was already watching the miniseries, and so I have high expectations for the movie. Uh,
Gabriel and the
David,
Guardians.
Hmm.
Gabriel and the
That was
Guardian.
that was
Okay,
good. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah,
I
and my
can't wait for
favorite
them to
voice
finish that
actor
one.
voices Gabriel.
I didn't like Gabriel and the Guardians.
Oh, you didn't?
You
No,
have committed heresy. Burn
I
him at
tried.
the stake.
I tried. I did. I tried. They did
I'm
something
kidding.
about the way the story flowed between the angelic realm and the current state of the world.
Hmm.
That flow of that didn't land well for me in the first episode, so I hadn't went back to continue it because of it. Like it didn't sit right.
Well,
That's
It's
fair.
one.
they haven't
Yeah,
released the other episodes yet. They're
yeah.
releasing that next year.
I wrestled with that pretty heavily. It's one thing for your art style to grow. It's another thing for the way your story flows to have to do that.
Hmm.
You don't want that to have to do that at the beginning.
That's fair.
That
Well,
that is fair. Yeah.
yeah. I'm
I
just
just really
joking
love the
around.
concept though, but yeah.
No, I agree. I agree.
But
I like
no,
the
yeah,
idea
I
of it.
can understand. Yeah, I can see that.
I will go back to it because I think they have potential to really hit heavy. I
Mhm.
just haven't taken the time to because I was like,
That's
do I really
fair.
want to support this project?
Hmm. But at least Johnny does a good job voicing Gabriel, right?
That part, yes, definitely.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
dude is Johnny Young Bosch.
Yeah, he's awesome. I've met him twice.
Man, stop. You making my heart hurt now.
I'm sorry. In fact, just a little spoiler here. I am working on having him voice a character in a video game me and my best friend are working on.
Oh, that's gonna be good. What kind of game?
It's a platformer and also a visual novel.
Oh, I like that. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. I'll
Send
tell
me
you
a
more.
summary for it.
Yeah, I will. I will at some point. But yeah, I think we have talked enough. What do you guys think?
Oh, I could still
I
talk
think
for
we should.
days, honestly.
We could talk for days, but I do want to wrap it up with
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Well, of course, our guest will start first.
Mhm.
Top 5 comics.
Top 5 comics. Like series or specific comics?
I would say specific ones.
All right.
It can even be like several ones within the same series. It's just,
One of them
just like,
sitting beside me, so that I'm gonna save this for the very end because I know y'all wanted to do that showing
Yeah.
of
Mhm.
our favorite
Mhm.
comics. So
Yeah.
that's one, but
Mhm.
I'll show that in a second.
Mhm.
Number 2 is going to be God Loves, Man Kills.
Mhm.
Um, I am sold on the entire. I don't know. Do y'all know God Loves, Man Kills?
I have not heard of that.
I've heard of that one actually.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's an X-Men run where these religious people are looking to kill the mutants.
Mm.
And then you have like the mutants like fighting for their life because they're operating like crusaders. And then you have them trying to express how we may look like this, but we still deserve to live and even believe in God. You're actually misrepresenting God, and so they go through that. So I really love that X-Men run,
Mhm.
and I love the House of X series run that they've been doing.
Mhm.
The mutants wanting to live on Genosha, do their own thing, not worry about everybody else. I'm like, yes, I back this. This is good. I like that run.
Mhm.
What is that? 3?
Yeah.
Manga
counts too.
Archangel. No, darn it. You're making this hard.
Sorry.
You're making this difficult.
Sorry.
I appreciate that. I love difficult. I would say the first issue of Platinum End.
Oh,
Very good.
I can agree. However, I feel like it does take things a little bit too far sometimes.
It can, as far as darkness goes.
I've read the first several chapters of Platinum End, and it's dark.
I'm 12 volumes in, so yes, I agree. It's very dark. Not very dark. They had that one moment. They actually don't do too much of that after that.
Okay.
I think that's just a highlight moment. They do keep going dark, but they don't keep repeating that type of darkness, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, they don't keep doing that.
okay. I'll take your word for it.
Um,
But I'm
I
not
haven't finished
bashing you
it.
or anything.
No, you're good because I heard the ending is bad. Um,
It is bad in terms of writing. Not in terms of like morality, but in terms of writing, unfortunately.
uh, not Sugumi
Don't ruin the
overdropping the
moment for him,
ball.
dude.
Oh
I'm not
no,
gonna
I'm fine.
spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it.
Think of my brain as rotating doors. Once I know a thing, it's like flip it as if I don't know, so I can shove it off and forget.
Okay.
Um, I know
That's
it's
four.
cheating, but the entirety of One Piece
Yep.
and
That's
the
five.
entirety of Bakuman, those two series are like masterpieces to me.
Yeah.
Bakuman and One Piece are just masterpieces to me. They're
Yeah.
untouchable.
All right. Also, real quick on Bakuman, then we'll go to Samek. Did you know that the first 2 volumes have actually been dubbed on YouTube? Like the manga pages and everything have been dubbed by voice actors, and it's actually
Oh,
really
of
done.
what?
Bakuman.
Yes, but that's the thing that broke my heart was like they're like this isn't good because the anime sucks. I'm like, if y'all would just read the book, you'd
Yeah, but
find
they
out how
have.
good this stuff is.
Yeah, but they took the manga panels of the pages from the Shonen Jump Viz Media version and dubbed it into the entire first 2 volumes in video
Right.
form.
So did you think it was good?
Yeah, I
The
did.
anime. Okay, good. Okay. You know
The
what? I'll take you
the
up
the
on that.
the the YouTube channel, the VA who did it, did a great job.
Take you up on that. I'll watch it.
Yeah, they did a really great job.
Oh, I will say I am team sub.
That's fair. I'm on the fence. I like dubs and subs. It depends on what it is.
Right, right. I agree. I agree.
Okay. Anyways, Samek, what are your top 5?
So I already showed you my number one, Archangels.
Yeah.
Like this was just, that's just man. I
Yeah.
loved that so much as a kid. That had so much of an influence on me as an artist and a writer, and that really showed me that we could make good Christian content.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put number two as the other one I showed you, Master and Apprentice. That's probably my favorite G.I. Joe graphic novel of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Close to it would be number three. I don't have this one near me. Is Cobra the Last Laugh.
Mm-hmm.
That was in the IDW run. That one is definitely what I loved about that one is that one does not feel like a G.I. Joe comic at all. It's a espionage thriller of the G.I. Joe Chuckles infiltrating Cobra.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole point is he literally does all of these things to get to the commander, to win the commander's trust.
Wow.
And it is dark. Let me tell you something. Like I didn't expect a G.I. Joe story to get that violent and that dark, but it is good. It is awesome. Um, let's see. Number four. What would number four be? I'm gonna put I'll go ahead and put it there. I'm gonna put Black Powder Red Earth, the current Abari arc, as number four, because that dude, like the art in there is so good. It is like very unique, very different than what I've seen before,
Mm-hmm.
and it does a very unique take on war. It doesn't. It's not the whole like at points you're like yeah, yeah,
Yep.
and then at points you're like
Oh.
oh. Oh, like they do not shy away from the fact that literally some of these, like any character can die.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yep.
it's like real war. Any character can die,
Mm-hmm.
and on what like literally there are panel like like the way they do the art pieces, it will like cover both pages,
Mm-hmm.
and the comic book is actually like as you can see, you compare it to the size of a normal comic, it's big. So like there are entire pages full of just explosions and you literally close-ups of people literally peeling away
Right.
with the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that I highly recommend. It's a little it is dark, but I highly recommend it. And I think lastly, I haven't read too many of Judge Dredd, but the Apocalypse. This is actually an original 1984 edition. 1984 was 1980. It was 1980s edition. It's actually kind of falling apart, which kind of ticked me off because the
Mm-hmm.
seller said it was in much better condition. But the Apocalypse War from Judge
Mm,
Dredd, that was
nice.
it has the Blockmania arc in there too. But yeah, that was a really
Mm,
insane good arc. So yeah,
mm.
those are my favorite comics.
Okay.
Okay.
Time for the big boss now.
Okay. Um. Okay. Number 5 for me, I think would have to be, um, any form of the black suit with Spider-Man, because the black suit arcs with Spider-Man with Venom and all that, I love that
Mm,
to death because it shows humanity, corruption, all that stuff. Um, Number 4, I would have to say would be Bakuman. I do love Bakuman like you do. Um, Number 3, what's uh the original run of Spider-Man with the original, like, 90s comics, I'd say.
mm,
Not
mm.
not not 90s, sorry, 60s. So it's the original comics from the
Yeah,
60s
yeah,
with
yeah.
Steve Ditko and Stan Lee. Then number 2 is Zombie Powder. You ever heard of Zombie Powder?
Of course, I've heard of Zombie Powder. That's Tyke
I
Kubo's first.
Yes, Zombie Powder I love to death. I love Gamma Akutabe. I love the story. Even if the ending sucks, it's still
Mm-hmm.
great. I love
That's right.
Yeah, I have all 4 volumes and you can't find them very much at all anymore.
No, you can't. That's good.
Yeah, I have all 4 Viz Media volumes and I keep them. They're treasure to me, in my opinion. And of course, number 1 is Bleach.
Blech.
Bleach.
She likes blech.
Bleach. Bleach. Yeah, I love I love Bleach because it's such a great story. I love the swords. I love the anatomy. I love the character dynamics, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And I'll leave this from one of my favorite moments in Bleach. And I talked about this in another episode. One of my favorite moments in Bleach is when Ginjo steals Ichigo's powers and he's on his lowest point, and he screams, "Give me back my powers!" You know what I'm saying? He's screaming at Ginjo and all that, and then Rukia stabs him with that sword with the new with all the Shinigamis or Soul Reaper powers, and he just goes boom, and he just becomes a new Shinigami or Soul Reaper, and then Ginjo's like, "Oh crap, he's got his powers back."
Now there are 2 things I know y'all are monitoring time, but there were 2 things I wanted to tell you guys about.
Yeah.
Before we show these comics, it's
Mhm.
one, I think y'all would really love this game, and I'd suggest getting your hands on it as y'all are creatives.
Mhm.
Get your hands on this card game called Channel A.
Mhm.
The purpose of Channel A is you'll have a set of cards that give you a premise, and then you'll have the other stack that's just a bunch of words.
Mhm.
And so what you're doing is a group of friends, let's say you have 5 people,
Mhm.
one is going to be the editor while the other 4 are manga writers.
Oh.
And so each person is given 7 cards. The editor will choose 2 premise and say, I want you to give me a manga that's about action and then prehistoric.
Okay.
So then you're using 7 cards. You can use however many you want. You can use 1, 2, or all 7. You make a title.
Mhm.
And then you pitch your manga story, but the story has to fit the premise that the editor gives.
Oh.
So
like
it's like exactly. It lets me just kind of brainstorm different manga ideas.
That is
When you say
interesting.
prehistoric, it reminds me of the game that's in development, Dino Blade.
See, you already have it right there.
You know Dino
This is
Blade?
great. I've never heard of Dino Blade.
It's on
Nope.
Steam. Play the demo.
It's on Steam. It's literally a Dark Souls, but it's dinosaurs with blades in their mouths.
In the
I still
first
need to
blade you
finish
have,
Elden
literally
Ring.
looks like Zangetsu. I am not kidding.
You need help, sir. You are obsessed with Bleach. I'm just kidding.
Yes, he is very obsessed.
You look at my posters, for crying out loud.
Look at mine. You know what I like.
Okay.
We
Anyways.
just
I
need him
don't
to
have
have a
a
Naruto
poster.
poster and he'll be set. We'll have all 3.
Okay.
I don't have a poster.
All right. Anyways, shall I do the outro?
Hey, go for it.
All right.
Sure.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Crossblades Podcast and our wonderful host, ChristXComix. Thanks for being here. It's been a pleasure. We will see you guys next time in the next episode. Peace out.
Peace.